Ashcroft.
McCarthy.
Palmer.
Haymarket.
Inquisitions.
Catalyst Theater Company presents Inquisitions and Other Un-American Activities, a new play by Greg Guma, staged for radio performance.
Good evening. Gentlemen of the press, ladies, honored guests. As governor of the state of Illinois, I am here tonight to announce my decision on pardons for the Haymarket anarchists. I'll begin with the facts of the case. On the night of May 4th, 1886, a public meeting was held in Chicago on Haymarket Square. There were 800 to 1,000 people present, nearly all being laboring men and their wives and children. There had been trouble growing out of the effort to introduce an 8-hour workday, resulting in some collisions with the police, in one of which several laboring men were killed. And the Haymarket meeting was called as a protest against alleged police brutality. The meeting was orderly and attended by the mayor, who remained until the crowd began to disperse and then went away. As soon as Captain John Bonfield of the police department learned that the mayor had gone, he took a detachment of police and hurried.
Feel better now, big fella? Manhandling an old lady?
Go on.
What's the charge this time?
Keep moving.
How long is this going to take? I've got a speaking date at the rally this afternoon. Hello? Anyone home?
Your mouth ever stop running?
Too much to say. Too little time.
In there.
Do you even know why we commemorate Haymarket every November? I guess that's a no. You know they'll hold it without me. This is pointless. Save your breath, Lucy. They're not listening. Just following orders, right? Not allowed to converse with incarcerated, might get ideas. You know what day this is besides November 11th, 1919? 32nd anniversary of the crime that should have shamed America. Should have. Still should. And that's what I'm going to talk about. Government murders. Here at the rally, wherever I am. That's why I'm here, isn't it, you gutless cowards? Can't have that kind of talk, can we? Not in President Wilson's America. Make the world safe for democracy. That's what he promised. But what did we get? Democracy for our few, white man. You hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Well.
Good morning, Mrs. Parsons.
Look what they sent.
I'm Agent James Dell.
A beerless wonder.
From the Bureau of Investigation.
And it speaks too.
And I'm here on orders of Attorney General A. Mitchell Palmer.
Sounds serious.
And you are Lucy Ella Parsons of Chicago, 66 years of age, right so far?
Far right, I'd say. And all wrong.
You're here because the country is in a state of emergency.
Oh, is that what it is?
High alert, in fact. We have reason to believe that extremist groups are planning to bomb industrial targets.
And you think I'm involved?
That's what I'm here to find out.
Oh, a little old lady.
Under the Espionage Act, the Bureau has concluded that your Haymarket commemoration poses a threat to law and order.
Honey, I thought the war was over.
Yes, but the homeland faces serious threats to domestic security. In Washington state, and this is just one case, we have reports that IWW members are moving an arsenal into their meeting hall in Centralia.
Arsenal? My. You are concerned. I get it. So am I.
Good. Then you understand why we need to know as much as possible about
But we're worried about different things.
Oh?
Yes. I'm worried about what capitalist thugs like the Employers Association and the Legionnaires are doing in Centralia.
Capitalist thugs?
For the Armistice Day massacre. Just the excuse the feds need.
We're not the enemy here.
Oh, really? Then how about what your Mr. Palmer is doing to innocent people all over the country? Does everyone who disagrees with the president belong in jail?
You haven't been arrested. This is simply a preventive detention.
Oh, so I can leave then?
Well, no.
Right. Just a few questions?
Exactly.
Right. Well, Agent, what was it?
Dell. James Dell.
You know, James, this isn't the first time officers of the law have detained me. Usually it's right after I speak, or like now, just before a meeting. So I think all the juicy questions have already been asked. But let's see. Am I revolutionary?
Are you?
Oh, yes. Do I support the miners and steelworkers out on strike?
Do you?
Absolutely. Workers of the world unite. But will I betray my friends to avoid prison? Afraid not, Jimmy. Did you really think I would?
We face a clear and present danger to public order here in Chicago. And I'm already well aware of your past activities and associations.
From your files there?
And living in Chicago all my life.
So then you know that I've been persecuted going on 40 years now.
I'm not aware of that.
Look, let's cut through the crap. I'm here because the Attorney General is rounding up every radical he can lay his hands on. Guess he was pretty upset about that bomb on his lawn last summer.
What do you know about it?
Just what I read in the papers. But I know where this is going. Worried about bombs? Ask the anarchist.
Are we wrong? That's what your file says.
Ah, my file. Got my favorite description in there? Tribune, I think. It was the police chief. Said I was more dangerous than 1,000 rioters.
What are your plans to disrupt business and public services, particularly your contacts with foreign agitators?
Do you actually believe what you're saying?
I'll ask the questions, if you don't mind.
So polite. How can I refuse?
That's better. You were present August 31st at the formation of a communist party here in the city, is that correct?
So what?
Most of the participants were foreigners, Russians. We know that.
Is meeting with Russians a crime?
Soviet-Russian plots inside the United States, terror, violence, that's the issue. Don't you have any loyalty to your country?
Well, I suppose I do know something about that. So did my husband. What do your files say about him?
Albert Parsons, American, enlisted in the Confederate Army at 13. Radical Republican.
Shot by the KKK when he was 20. You got that?
No, actually. And he marries you.
A black woman, you mean? Part Spanish and Indian, actually. Yeah. We were quite a sight in Waco. But I was thinking about your question. Why workers would want to stop big business in its tracks? For Albert and me, the real change came during the big railroad strike in '77. Oh, people loved him. And things were working for a while. We closed the city down, and other cities too. But the capitalists weren't just lying down.
Are you all right, Albert?
They're beating heads out there.
But are you all right?
Yeah, Lucy, the bastards just fired me.
Oh, darling, I'm so sorry. Come over here.
That helps. There was cavalry on the street today. That means we're winning. They're on the run. 2 weeks ago, this was just a New England strike. Then Hayes sent federal troops to West Virginia to protect the B&O Railroad. It's the first time since Andrew Jackson they've used troops against civilians.
True.
Now what have we got? Chaos. But organization, too. Union membership is up. People are coming together.
I know.
I mean, when this thing is over, we may even be able to put some of our own people into office. The rail bosses lost $10 million last week in Pittsburgh alone. I mean, they burned over 2,000 freight cars. That's why we have to hold on. The big boys are desperate.
You could be right, but I'm not so sure.
You are my toughest audience. All right, how about this? How are we doing?
Us? Better than in Waco. I was thinking about that just now, how far we've come. That first day.
You're sitting on the porch swing.
I remember.
Just 15 and already a miracle.
And you look like some white knight. Kind of scared the hell out of me.
Well, that didn't stop you from inviting me in, did it?
Texas hospitality. What could I do?
Well, I'm not complaining.
Excuse me, but what are you two lovebirds doing in my office?
None of your business, Mr. Spees. But, if you must know, they fired Albert today, and I was comforting him.
A likely story. So, did they say why?
My big mouth, the strike, and of course my association with a notorious radical editor, August Spiess.
Right. So, you were expecting a thank you? Wake up, brother. This is a...
More. Yes, August, I've heard. But it's still America. I have the right to speak, don't I?
Oh, sure. And they have the right to fire you.
Hey, how about some sympathy for my man here?
I do sympathize, really. I have great compassion for the blind. But in this case, it's curable. Just remove the blindfold and look where you are at.
Clever. But I don't have to swallow this. I can talk to...
The mayor?
Yeah, the mayor.
Which one's Parsons?
Guilty? What can I do for you?
You can come with us. Now.
Ow.
Hey, where are you taking
Did
him?
I speak to you? Did I speak to him?
Didn't hear you do that.
That's what I thought. Some people would like to see you at the mayor's office.
What people?
Did I hear something again?
You didn't hear that.
Actually, I'd like to see the mayor myself.
Yeah, let's go. Come
You
on.
don't want to
Go
keep
on,
the
go
mayor
on,
waiting, do you?
Hey, a word to the wise, huh? Mind your manners in there.
Ah, our guest has arrived. The famous Albert Parsons, defender of the working man, voice of the immigrant.
Anarchist scum.
Please, gentlemen. Mr. Parsons, I'd like you to meet Superintendent Hickey. You know Captain Shack and Inspector Bondfield, I believe. And I'm...
Marshall Field. I know who you are.
Excellent. My fame precedes me. So, can I speak frankly?
I doubt it.
Let me try anyway. We, and when I say we, I mean the business community of the great city of Chicago, are quite upset about how you... what's the current phrase?
Anarchist scum.
Labor agitator.
Thank you, Captain Shack. You agitators are stirring up our employees who were perfectly content until you and your German friends got involved.
Content. Working 12 hours a day? Starving?
Spare us! You know, we try to be generous, flexible, but you're straining our patience, Mr. Parsons, and let me be perfectly clear about this. We will not let you undermine a lifetime of hard work.
Whose work, by the way?
This ain't Paris, boyo, and you ain't leading no commune.
Them Krauts love that bullcrap, don't they? You should have seen them at the rail yard yesterday. I mean, every union no good and nigger in the city was there.
Watch it. You're talking about honest, hard-working people.
Let's get to the point, shall we? We'd very much appreciate some cooperation. We need this strike settled. We won't have unions calling the tune here in Chicago.
We'll see.
You better start worrying less about union scum and more about that nigger bitch of yours.
Touch her, you bastard.
Settle down, boyo.
I don't have to take this. I came to see the mayor.
Forget the mayor.
Where is he?
Oh, he's not here, is he? And we are. And we just want some information. I understand you've had some employment problems.
That was
Cooperate, and maybe you'll find it easier to hold a job.
you. That was you.
How about something simple? The names of your key men here in Chicago. No? You understand, we can make your life very difficult.
More threats. So that's what this is all about.
No. You have it backwards. You and your union boys are threatening us. But don't think for a moment we won't defend ourselves. No. This isn't Custer's last stand either, and you are definitely not Sitting Bull. Get him out of here.
And one more thing. Get out of town.
Keep it up, boyo, and I'll watch you hang.
Well, that was unpleasant. Alan, what do you think?
A good example of why I'm here.
Friends, this is Mr. Alan Pinkerton. You've heard of his detective agency. Now, Alan has been in contact with several of our...
No names, please. But yes, I'm here at the request of some friends of ours. Now, they know, as you know, that the situation is fragile. Now, basically, we're outnumbered, and we may face a real danger of open rebellion.
You're telling us?
What I want to convey is this. This situation calls for caution. Intelligence, a subtle hand.
Horseshit. What it calls for is that gun you brought.
But with all due respect, even a half dozen Gatling guns wouldn't do it. Now, someone mentioned Paris.